everybody tries to ask me,
Yeah?
like, what do you like about school?
Yeah.
But I don't really know.
Would you want to go back to school?
Yes.
Yeah. Why? You prefer it than here? So you get stressed when you think about it?
Yeah. He just finds it really difficult to talk about, and he just is so...
You can't talk about anything personal. This is Henry. He was diagnosed with ADHD when he was 6 years old.
Good morning. Oh, I made it into an omelette today, Henry. Did you want cheese on it? Right, could you take them for me? Good boy. All at once, whoa. Henry had always been sort of a, I guess if you call it an on-the-go sort of child. He verbalises his anxieties, sensory needs.
Can I just stick this onto my skin?
Everything through big emotions.
And I'm about to do a fart.
Oh my gosh, Henry, seriously?
Henry is the youngest of 3 kids.
9-year-old boys.
His older sister, Eloise, is off to school for the day.
Bye, sweetheart.
Henry would be too, but he's been suspended for 3 weeks.
This is his old school, where my other kids all went.
They just basically, oh, let's just put him in this separate room that he can't go outside of. Like, so I can't see any of my friends.
They excluded you.
Yeah,
Why'd they do that?
because I thought it was safer.
So the first day of school this year when we got the call,
Annabelle, we need you to come back. Henry's having a massive meltdown.
He was threatening teachers, using sticks as a weapon. When he picked up a pair of scissors, his teacher dialed 000.
it'd been my worst fear that this was going to happen.
I want to let you know the police have been called.
By the time the police arrived, students had been evacuated to safety in the school hall.
He was in such a state of heightened distress, of flight and flight response, that they had to restrain him with handcuffs. My 9-year-old boy.
Like Henry, a quarter of students with ADHD have been suspended for their behaviour, and nearly half of those suspended were under 7.
Teddy's going, what is that?
God,
11-year-old Ashton was diagnosed 4 years ago. When Ashton was diagnosed, his mother Kat discovered she too would need treatment for ADHD.
No, that was good.
Ashton has had his issues in the classroom too.
you keep the eye on the ball.
Imagine you're Miss A teaching you. How do you think Miss A feels?
So if I was Miss A, I'll probably be annoyed because, you know, I usually just call out and then, you know, it makes her really annoyed or something, and then everyone just gets all worked up, and then I just feel like I just want to kill myself sometimes. And yeah.
I went through a very similar thing at that age as well, and it's really hard. And that's why I've been fighting so hard. With ADHD, a lot of people don't survive, if you know what I mean.
Kat's right. The rate of suicide is 10 times higher for people with ADHD.
Kids with ADHD often get in trouble. but their problems don't arise from the way that they're parented. Their problems arise for differences in the way that their brain develops. So what we see here, Marty, is the combined scans from 2,000 children, adults with ADHD compared to 2,000 healthy controls. Leaves no doubt that ADHD is a biological disorder and a biological disorder of the brain.
Should ADHD be considered in the same way as other disabilities? Is it a disability?
I think ADHD is a disability. The real impacts of not being noticed, not being recognised, means that you don't get the support that you need.
In the US and the UK, you can receive disability support for the condition. But in Australia, a diagnosis of just ADHD doesn't qualify for the NDIS, which means appointments with doctors, psychiatrists and paediatricians aren't subsidised. So Ashton's mum is left to go it alone.
No, we don't receive any support for his ADHD. The psychologists are actually very expensive.
You know, you could have just done before you could have done that or that.
Henry does get support, but that's only because he was also diagnosed with autism late last year.
All of a sudden it was like, oh, he's autistic. Well, that explains everything. He's not just a naughty kid with ADHD. Here's your lunch, sweetheart. Who's winning? And all of a sudden these doors open.
But since Henry's suspension, school remains out of reach, and Annabelle is now preparing to homeschool him.
We just want him to be, you know, we just want him to be happy. I don't need him to get awards. I don't need him to win running races. I don't need anything but just to go to school from 9 till 3, play at lunch, feel safe.
Hey, if you enjoyed that, make sure you subscribe to the Feeds YouTube channel.
And you can watch these videos here. See you next time.